Hello, my name is Father Pat Angelucci. I'm a Salesian of Don Bosco, stationed here at the Marian Shrine and Don Bosco Retreat Center. And I've been asked to share with you some thoughts about Don Bosco and St. Joseph. In order to be able to say something about St. Joseph, though, I think it's important that we put it in the context, especially in the context of the last great apostolic exhortation that was written by St. John Paul II. Pope John Paul II wrote this apostolic exhortation entitled The Guardian of the Redeemer. And he speaks about St. Joseph as being one who put his whole life at the service of Jesus becoming the Messiah. Even though that was not Joseph's intent, when Joseph realized that God was asking this of him, he put his life at the service of Jesus becoming the Messiah. And so he became the husband of Mary, who cherished her and loved her as a husband. And at the same time, he became the foster father and the guardian of Jesus and Mary throughout his life. Don Bosco had a great devotion to St. Joseph. We know Don Bosco's devotion to St. Joseph because we know in every church that Don Bosco built, one of the first things that he did was made sure that there was always an altar in honor of St. Joseph. St. Joseph was proclaimed the patron of the Universal Church by Blessed Pope Pius IX. Pius IX was one of Don Bosco's first cooperators. He's the one that gave Don Bosco full support in order to found his congregation. He proclaimed Joseph as the patron of the Universal Church. Pope Leo XIII, who also knew Don Bosco and was a friend of Don Bosco, spoke about St. Joseph in a special way as the need for Joseph to protect the church, especially in the difficult times after the First Vatican Council and during the time of the Industrial Revolution and his writing of his encyclical Rerum Novarum, which sought social justice, giving us Joseph as a model of work. Pope St. John the 23rd put St. Joseph's name in the Eucharistic prayer of the Church. Pope Paul VI, who was also a blessed, named St. Joseph in a very special way as protector of the Church after the Second Vatican Council. And our own Pope Francis in our day has made sure now that the name of St. Joseph has been inserted in every Eucharistic prayer that we use. So we see Joseph is receiving more and more honor throughout the Church. Don Bosco's love for St. Joseph was rooted in the facts that St. Joseph was the model husband, the model father, and that he wanted all of his boys to become. Joseph was the model that Don Bosco gave, particularly for those boys in the school who were studying trades, who were studying different technologies. Don Bosco often urged the boys in the school, particularly when they were studying for their exams, when they had difficulties in their studies, to turn to St. Joseph and to pray to St. Joseph. As they became alumni of the school, he urged them to look at St. Joseph as the model husband, the model father, the model of the just man, the model of the worker. In fact, if we go to the Basilica of Mary Help of Christians in Turin, you go through this beautiful basilica, the one altar in the basilica that has never been changed, that is the way Don Bosco designed it with the picture of St. Joseph there, is the altar in honor of St. Joseph. In that picture, we see St. Joseph standing there with the Christ child in his hand and Mary watching. And Joseph, the Christ child, is handing Joseph roses, red roses and white roses. And Joseph is allowing these roses to fall down upon the oratory there at Turin in the picture. And Don Bosco says the white roses and the red roses represent our prayer to St. Joseph. The red roses are those graces that we've asked St. Joseph to send us. And St. Joseph is constantly letting those graces fall upon us, coming from the hands of Jesus. And the white roses represent those graces that St. Joseph knows we need without us even asking for them. and he showers those graces upon us. As we prepare now for this feast of St. Joseph, and we think of Don Bosco in this bicentennial of his birth, let's learn from him this great devotion to this just man, the man who was the husband of Mary, the father of Jesus, the guardian of the Redeemer. And let's put our trust in him that he may let red and white roses fall upon our lives. God bless you.